The Amazon basin is 2.72 million square miles, which, trust me, is big. The area covers 40% of the South American continent and is home to millions of animals. The rivers are vast and the forest is dense. So much of the Amazon is inaccessible and unexplored, and we are still learning more about this area of the world each day. That being said, some of the things we've discovered in this area can be pretty worrying. In this video, we're talking about the 10 scariest things found in the Amazon. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to The Supreme, and click the notification bell for more lit content. Let's get rolling. Anaconda. Okay, I am not okay after seeing this video of a massive anaconda in a tree in the Amazon. The Amazon rainforest is home to over 10% of the world's biodiversity, and that is what we know about. New species are discovered in the forest every week. For those who are thinking of a trip to the Amazon, you'll sure see some amazing wildlife. But be warned that the forest is home to the biggest snake species in the world, the green anaconda. These mammoth snakes weigh around 150 to 200 pounds and stretch to around 17 feet. Although there have been reports of 30 feet anaconda as well. There are also reports of $50,000 available to anyone who can catch a snake over 30 feet in the Amazon. I wonder if the person who shot this video tried to collect some cash, because that thing certainly looks big. Anacondas live in waters like the Amazon River, for example, and are excellent swimmers. They aren't venomous, but they can squeeze very, very hard. While humans have certainly fallen foul of anacondas, they don't tend to prey on people. Anacondas eat fish, birds, and small mammals that are unfortunate enough to get too close to the water. Scarily, anacondas have been known to cannibalize other members of their species. Boiling river. Deep in the heart of the Peruvian section of the Amazon, there's a river that can suddenly reach temperatures of 200 degrees Fahrenheit. It was thought that this river was a myth until scientists recently verified its existence. The legends told by locals say a powerful god lives in the water. Tales by conquistadors seem to confirm that there was a river that would boil unsuspecting souls alive, which they believed was part of a curse. In 2011, Andres Russo was studying a PhD in geothermal energy and decided to ask his Peruvian family more about the legends before setting off in search of the river for himself. He found it, and since then, scientists have been able to find out more. Russo actually gave an amazing TED Talk about his experience, which is well worth listening to if you're interested in learning more about the river. Fire. Worryingly, the Amazon has become an increasing hotspot for fires. In 2019, there were 74,000 fires, which was close to double the amount in 2018. Some of the blazes are caused by wildfire, but a lot are lit on purpose, which seems insane. The reason behind the arson is deforestation. Farmers are clearing space for crops and cattle. Aside from the fact that the fires put Amazonian wildlife and human populations under major threat, there are also 2.5 million square miles of trees, which creates between 2 to 20% of the Earth's oxygen. In the last 50 years, 20% of the Amazon has been destroyed, and the concern is that if we continue to burn away more of it, the rainforest will dry out completely and global temperatures will rise. It could also play havoc with the world's weather patterns as the tropical rainforests trap and release moisture that forms clouds that travel thousands of miles. For example, it's said that if the Amazon were completely destroyed, Texas would see a quarter less rain than it does right now. In 2019, David Sirota tweeted, "We're all on a spaceship hurtling through a vacuum. The Amazon rainforest is our spaceship's life support system. Our spaceship's life support system is on fire. Scary." Piranha. Piranhas are the scariest fish of all time, and there are 20 different species of them in the Amazon River. The most menacing of the piranha family is the red-bellied piranha, which you bet you can find in the Amazon. One fish on its own, you can probably handle. They grow up to 20 inches in size and weigh around 8.5 pounds, but they have a bite force of 30 times their body weight, which means they could and would take a chunk out of an unsuspecting swimmer. Piranhas are predatory, and they move in shoals, also known as one big scary group. They don't prey on humans, instead they eat shrimp, carrion, worms, and other fish. That being said, their teeth make them very dangerous and they can become frenzied when they're feeding. Human attacks and even fatalities have happened in the past, although worst-case scenarios are rare. Still, I'd rather not come across a hungry group of piranha. Maracoxy. This one is up for debate, but according to local legend, the Maracoxy was a tribe of 8 men, encountered in the Amazon by explorer Colonel Percy Fawcett before he curiously disappeared. In his diaries, later published by his eldest son, the explorer described an encounter with 6-foot-tall hairy savages who looked like primates who were carrying weapons. Fawcett claimed he and his group fled, although he later disappeared. Could it have been because he was found by the Maracoxy? There are 400 tribes still living in the Amazon, a quarter of which remain elusive. Some people believe that the ape-like figures described were tribesmen from a tribe unconcerned with grooming. However, there are a large number of people that believe that actually this group is made up of Bigfoot-like cryptids. What do you guys think? Was Colonel Fawcett describing some kind of mystical beings? Or was the aggressive group just one of the Amazon's many uncontacted tribes? Goliath bird eater. It isn't enough that the Amazon is home to the biggest snakes in the world. It's also home to the biggest, scariest tarantulas. The terrifyingly named Goliath bird eater is the world's largest spider by mass and size. They weigh 6 ounces but span over 1.3 feet. Although these giant spiders have the title bird eater, they only eat small birds, and even then, that is a rare occurrence. They mainly eat insects and small vertebrates. Want to know how big their fangs are? You probably don't, but I'm going to tell you anyway. They can measure over 1.5 inches, which means they could easily break human skin. Oh, and they are venomous, although the poison isn't so bad for humans. It's often been compared to a wasp sting. The creepiest thing about these spiders is that they drag their prey back to their burrows before they eat them. Who wants to go camping in the Amazon with these giant spiders lurking on the jungle bed? The curse of the monkey god. Some people visiting the Amazon jungle have returned home with more than they set out with. Some people contract a vile flesh-eating parasite. Legend has it that Honduras' Amazonian city of the monkey god was cursed and that locals finally fled in the 16th century because the pestilence had become too much. 500 years ago, people believed that the so-called curse was unleashed because of the wrath of the monkey god. Even explorers believed it when they encountered the flesh-eating disease. Half a millennium later, in 2016, archaeologists set out to explore the lost city of the monkey god, only to encounter the same curse. Only it turns out that the legendary curse had a more rational, scientific explanation. A flesh-eating parasite. Several members of the team complained of bug bites that wouldn't go away. The National Institutes of Health then diagnosed them with leishmaniasis disease caused by parasites unleashed by sandfly bites. If untreated, the disease can cause catastrophic disfigurements. Amazonian giant centipede. Listen, I could have filled this whole list with scary creatures found in the Amazon because there are millions of them. Instead, I've only given you a handful, but rest assured that some animals from your worst nightmares are crawling, flying, or slithering around in the Amazon rainforest. I think this bug is from my worst nightmares. It's a giant centipede. I really can't get on board with things with more than a normal amount of legs. How many is a normal amount? Well, anything under 100. I can't stand normal-sized centipedes and millipedes, so I'd like to stay far away from the giant centipede. The Amazonian giant centipede can grow up to a foot long. So imagine a full-size sub but with 100 legs. Ugh. These creatures are venomous, but they've only been known to cause less than a handful of human deaths. Uncontacted tribes. As we mentioned earlier, there are around 100 uncontacted indigenous tribes living in the Amazon. While they are simply living their lives the way they know how, coming across one by accident could be worrying for both the tribes and members of the connected world. For the indigenous people, coming across a person from the wider world exposes them to diseases and illnesses that they don't have immunity to. And on the flip side, people encroaching on their living spaces can be attacked if they're seen as a threat. In 2009, an uncontacted Amazonian tribe was caught on camera as a light aircraft flew over the forest. Since then, more tribes have been spotted via footage shot on drones. A lot of tribes in the Amazon are at risk of conflicts with loggers, and there have been reports of several murders of indigenous people. Aliens. If you head into the Amazon, you might just find an alien. There have been several UFO sightings over the expansive Amazon rainforest, and in 2011, a so-called alien was captured on camera in the Manaus region. The video was highlighted by paranormal conspiracist Mike Cohen, who called the footage highly compelling. He also claimed that aliens are drawn to the Amazon because of its wide biodiversity, which would make sense. If I was an alien, why would I just be interested in humans? The Amazon has millions of animals. I'm guessing aliens wouldn't be afraid of snakes either, although maybe they would. Possibly adding validity to the alien sighting, a potential UFO was spotted in deep Amazon jungle on Google Maps. The cigar-shaped object with shiny orbs is out of place among vegetation. Could this be the spaceship of the possible alien caught on camera? That was the 10 scariest things found in the Amazon. Which would you be most afraid of coming across? My head says the flesh-eating parasite, although the giant snakes definitely strike fear in my heart. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.